Las Fierbinți, in the episode titled Salariu. Nesimțit presents a vivid, humorous, and sometimes painfully relatable depiction of rural Romanian life. And in this particular installment, the issue of unfair wages and workplace tensions takes center stage. From the opening scene, we are immediately thrown into the chaotic daily life of the village, where the inhabitants' idiosyncrasies collide in ways both funny and enlightening. The episode begins with the local mayor, a character whose sense of authority is as comical as it is fragile, announcing that the village budget has been mismanaged, leaving the employees with salaries far below what they expect. This introduction sets the tone for the entire episode, establishing a palpable tension between the workers and the administration, and the writers cleverly use this situation to explore broader themes of fairness, pride, and communal loyalty. The cinematography in these early scenes emphasizes the smallness of the village and the intimacy of its relationships, with tight shots of faces reacting to the news, capturing disbelief, indignation, and subtle amusement. What is particularly striking here is how the show balances humor with social commentary. The reactions of the characters are exaggerated in a comedic sense, yet underneath there is a clear reflection of a common issue faced in many workplaces. Moving into the next sequence, the protagonist, who is both clever and slightly mischievous, devises a plan to confront the mayor and demand what they are owed. This part of the episode is a masterclass in pacing and comic timing. Each interaction between the protagonist and the other villagers adds layers to the story. For example, when the protagonist gathers the employees for a secret meeting in the town square, the mix of nervousness and excitement among the villagers is palpable, and the camera lingers on each face, allowing the audience to soak in the nuanced expressions. The humor here is both situational and character-driven, as the villagers' distinct personalities contribute to an escalating sense of chaos. One cannot help but notice how the show employs a type of comedic exaggeration reminiscent of classic European farce. For instance, when the mayor attempts to placate the workers with vague promises and convoluted reasoning, his gestures become increasingly dramatic, culminating in a scene where he accidentally topples a stack of papers that triggers a domino effect throughout the office. This visual comedy is intertwined with sharp dialogue, highlighting the absurdity of bureaucracy and the fragility of authority. Simultaneously, the episode does not shy away from moments of introspection. There is a particularly poignant scene where the protagonist walks alone by the riverbank, reflecting on the meaning of work, respect, and personal dignity. The cinematography shifts from the tight, hectic frames of the village office to a wider, more contemplative shot of nature, symbolizing the protagonist's moment of clarity and resolve. It is in these quieter moments that the writer's skill becomes evident, as they balance slapstick with subtle human emotion, creating a narrative that is both entertaining and thought-provoking. As the story progresses, we see the villagers attempting various schemes to increase their salaries, including humorous attempts at negotiation, small acts of rebellion, and even a comic subplot involving the local blacksmith, who mistakenly believes he can double his income by creating absurd inventions. These subplots not only contribute to the comedic tone, but also serve as a vehicle to explore themes of ambition, creativity, and communal problem-solving. The episode is also remarkable for its use of dialogue. The writers employ colloquial language, regional idioms, and playful banter, which imbue the script with authenticity and charm. This linguistic texture allows viewers to connect deeply with the characters and their struggles, as the humor emerges organically from the context rather than feeling forced. Furthermore, the show excels in layering social critique within the comedic framework. For instance, a sequence where the villagers stage a mock protest in the town square functions on multiple levels. It is hilarious due to the characters' exaggerated antics, yet it simultaneously highlights systemic issues such as wage inequality, administrative incompetence, and the power dynamics between workers and local authorities. The episode's climax is a cleverly orchestrated confrontation where the villagers, united by a common cause, manage to turn the tables on the mayor. The tension is palpable as the mayor initially resists, but the collective wit and determination of the community ultimately force him to acknowledge their grievances. The resolution is satisfying not only because of the comedic payoff, but also because it reinforces the importance of solidarity, cleverness, and moral courage. In reflecting on this episode, I am reminded of similar narratives in both classic and modern European television, where rural life is used as a lens to examine broader societal issues. There is a timeless quality to the humor and commentary, echoing the works of renowned satirical writers who combine everyday absurdities with sharp societal critique. The episode also resonated personally, evoking memories of small workplace injustices and the creative ways people navigate them. The authenticity of the setting, the depth of the characters, and the careful balance of comedy and reflection make Salariu, nesimțit an exemplary installment of Las Fierbinți, one that entertains while prompting subtle, meaningful reflection. Every scene, from the frantic office meetings to the quiet riverside reflections, contributes to a rich tapestry of narrative, humor, and humanity. In conclusion, this episode stands out not merely for its laughs, but for its nuanced depiction of human relationships, work ethics, and the pursuit of fairness. The show's ability to weave comedy with social insight creates a compelling viewing experience, one that leaves the audience laughing while also considering the deeper truths beneath the humor.